Good evening.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Shadows and Lights.
I don't think we have anyone in yet. Oh, we do. We
Yes,
do.
we do.
Hello, Nigel.
Hi, Nigel.
Good
Nice of
evening.
you to join us. And he's bet Eric.
It's Pete Eric.
Mm.
That's if Eric's not busy tonight.
No, I wonder if he's got a show tonight. I don't know. I never looked. So
Uh, I didn't myself, which is not good,
there's
is it?
that many shows at minute anyway. So
Yeah, I'm just going to do a little bit of sharing out. Um,
okay. Right tonight then, Nigel. Is the Victorians, the freaky Victorians. They basically they introduced paranormal to the masses. Um, yes, in 1800s, from 1850 onward, um, it started to gain momentum, but it was the Victorians and Edwardians really that set the ball rolling at a pace, um, which I was surprised at until I did a little bit of digging. I was surprised. I didn't think it was that popular, but apparently so. Apparently so. I can't remember date. What dates, Nettie? When it was first introduced?
it was in America. It came to light in America, the biggest at first in 1850.
Yeah, no, I thought it were.
Yeah, and it was brought to light by the Fox sisters, who apparently moved into a house and was speaking to uh, the man that lived there way, years and years before they moved into it. And they used to tap the feet on the floor and he'd tap back.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
think
that's
the
what they
bit
used to,
I
and
believe
it
they
went
called
it
it.
went massive all over America at that point. It was all in all the
Yeah,
press. It was everywhere.
yeah. They used to call it table tapping, as opposed to table tipping, which is a similar thing, but obviously table tipping is turning it over or
Yeah.
lifting it. Whereas table tapping, yeah, well, like a communication thing. Um,
Yeah.
and like you said, that was the first thing, and then quickly followed by all manner of things like your crystal ball, palmistry, tea leaves. Phew, Ouija board were introduced, which was very, very popular to start with. Then it went very quickly,
I think
and
it
it
was
came back again.
I think the board, it was more like a spin. It was a yes and a no, wasn't it?
Yes,
Uh,
the spirit
yeah,
board,
it
yeah.
was just pointing to letters and to numbers, yes and no. It wasn't actually a
Yeah.
concrete.
And then there was all manner of things to make it more interesting with the planchette, which was made out of various things,
Yeah,
apparently haunted. You could attach things to these planchettes so that the, the the loved one of your choice would be connected, or so they thought,
yeah,
through this planchette.
oh yeah.
Which, again, I don't know why that hasn't stayed. Why it didn't stay, that I don't know. I don't know, because I have heard some really weird ones, including a planchette that was made out of somebody's ashes.
Oh yeah. Well,
So
yeah, yeah. Well, that is still done today. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
I think.
So
I think then though. I think as you thought your mediums were coming forward, they had to come up with more and more things, didn't they?
yeah,
To keep it going. So it got more and more fanciful, didn't it?
yeah. But again, if you consider how the Victorians lived, and the entertainment that they had, um, it was they were getting bored with dances and balls and one thing and another. Um, So when the paranormal came in, they dressed the drawing rooms up accordingly with curios and skeletons and mummified objects. It's surprising just how far they went with it, because of course then if you had a little bit of a macabre mummy, sitting in your drawing room, you could sit round it
Yeah.
and each take turns at telling ghost stories, which they did quite a lot of.
Yeah. Well, there's one description of what they say about him, and they say the Victorians were haunted by supernatural ghosts, fairies, table rappings, telepathic encounters, and the occult. They were absolutely fascinated by it. It was just, it just went crazy, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
We have Rita. Hello, Rita.
Evening, Rita. Yes, we haven't got the dynamic trio tonight. We've got just the dynamic duo.
No. It's just us two, me and you.
Yeah, so I think he must be out gallivanting
Yes, he is.
in his BMW. But,
Yeah.
is there anybody else in? Just Nigel and Rita?
We've only got Nigel and Rita.
Okay. How's either of you got any questions for us?
Don't think anybody else.
I know I've been bitten.
You've been bitten.
Aye.
Oh yeah, we've got something. Rita says, "Be nice, Bri."
I'm always nice. What's the matter with you?
Eric, Eric says he's here too. Hello, Eric.
Evening, Eric. We wondered where you were. I don't know what she means. What she mean, your missus? What she mean? Be nice. I'm always nice, aren't I, Eric?
Not when he's driving his car sometimes, Nathan.
So what?
Not when you're driving your car sometimes, you're not.
That's just, that's just rude. Yeah.
Getting it out, isn't it? Road rage. Getting it out.
It's not rage. It's not rage.
No, it's just an expression of what you say.
It's bleated. Yeah, it's bleated.
Nothing wrong with that, is there? Absolutely not.
Not at all. Yeah, and I think the advent of pictures, being able to take pictures, photographs and one thing and another, because what was the name at before the proper pictures came out? Something type. So they had to paint basically. And with the advent of cameras, they could produce all manner of things. They could actually fake things on purpose, which they did quite a little.
Yeah, it was proved at some point that they did, didn't they?
Yeah, on purpose, because they had the pictures taken with these curios, little mummies and whatever. They even photographed the dead, like you said earlier, which I can't imagine that, having a great big portrait or a picture taken to hang on your wall of an ancestor that's passed. You know.
Yeah, all dressed up. Yeah, sat with it.
Very much to have that in it, really.
Yeah, it's very creepy. It's. I mean, it's getting up and close, but to things, but that's a bit out. You know, that's what's wrong, really, and it's not. Mind you, to our culture, I suppose it is, but there are other cultures that do this, so it's only to us. Yeah,
I'm not sure. I didn't get a chance to read up on that too much. But again, I think different cultures around the world had different ideas. I think again the Japanese, they're more into fantastical beasts.
Yeah.
I.e. dragons and the like.
Oh yeah.
Which have persisted, but they used to have a hell of a lot. At one time, not just dragons. It seems to be the same around the world, that most of these beasts and animals and one thing or another, they've just faded into folklore, and there's not many that persist anymore. kids don't read like they used to do.
No.
I showed you the other day that I've got a set of 10 encyclopedias, children's encyclopedias, and there's all sorts in them.
Oh yeah.
I can't imagine any kids today between 8 and 12 reading them at all.
No, well, they don't like that. Very few of them read now, do they? Not things like that.
But they don't read anyway, I don't think.
No.
They look at the screen, don't they? Or they'll listen to a screen.
Yeah. I mean, it's eventually they're not even going to be able to write because they're doing everything on a computer. So the art of writing will be gone.
It will certainly. I'm going to have to, because it's itching my arm off. I'm going to have to put some cream.
Is that where you got bitten?
Yeah. I'm going to have to put some cream on. So just take it up 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Tell us a story.
Tell us a story.
Tell us a story.
Yeah, I think the movement, it was it spurned a lot of, quite famous mediums, didn't it, of the time?
Yes. And again,
the problem with that was that these mediums had to do more and more fanciful things, like we said before, to move around in them circles.
Yeah, and of course you get your yin and yang with that. Most notably, Arthur Conan Doyle was all for the paranormal and the occult, along with a few more. But then you had such as Houdini, he was complete skeptic and tried to ridicule some people, including, forgotten her name now, but a particular medium that was coming to note, and he rubbished her, or he tried to.
Yeah.
So it was a controversial subject back in the day.
Of course it was. Yeah.
But it was also in the news type of thing. It was what everybody wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because of course, if there's something that's a little bit taboo, but you see celebrities doing it, you want to do it yourself, don't you?
Of course you did, yeah, because you were all interested. And it was also something that at the time it sort of broke barriers between classes as well.
Yes.
Especially classes of women, because you didn't have to be in the upper classes and all the rest of it to be able to get into that.
Yeah.
And so it's sort of mingled a lot better than they would normally have done. It was also said that women were, you're not going to like this. You're not going to like this, Brian. Said that women made better mediums.
Yeah.
Come on, go for it, go.
We'll leave that one out there.
Yeah, but also
you got
moving it, like all them women moving in them circles. They would also, at that point, you'd get men, doing, digging them up and whatever, even in like Parliament and stuff. And that's where the inroads were made for the voting, to be honest with you.
Yes, it opened it up to suffragettes and all.
It opened it up. That was the opening up for normal, small, or supposedly small people at that time to get the vote and everything. So it opened it. It was a big stage that it opened up. Probably his intention was probably never to be that way, but that's what happened.
I'm not commenting. You're not getting me to bite. I'm not.
Go on, Brian. Do it.
I'm not. I'm going to be good.
But that's what happened.
I've been told by Auntie Rita I've got to be good.
Yeah. You do. You've got to. Well,
I'm sure I'd fetch some of them little tiny midges back with me,
Hello, May. It's May York.
Evening, May. Nice to see you. I'm sure I fetched some of them midges home. keep seeing little things flying in these sand bits. Here, go away. They're finding me attractive, Nettie, so it's all right, isn't it?
Oh, York, it keeps freezing.
Uh-oh.
I
It
don't know
must be
why.
your end. Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be your end. Everything's fine this side.
Yeah. Please don't say that. We've had enough troubles as it is with tech the last couple of days.
It's fine. So, I've mentioned Houdini and Arthur Conan Doyle.
Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens, Shakespeare.
Charles Dickens, yeah. There was actually the Ghost Club was founded in London in 1862. They did actually used to go out and investigate claims. There's one such as the Davenport brothers, Spirit Cabinet hoax.
Yeah.
So they were the investigators that went out and actually investigated stuff.
Yeah, I
And then there was
earlier on another show about fairies were part of it, and fairies have been mentioned that's what they tried to contact, as daft as it sounds, as well as spirit. They wanted to talk to fairies, but there was a turning point from fairies being a creature of quite spiteful and nasty little sprites to them being more angelic, which is what we know them as today. So I suppose at one point they were part of a cult.
Oh yeah, because it was all in before they split it up. It was just everything together, wasn't there?
Yeah.
It's only when you got like the investigators setting up and the Society for Paranormal Research, which was founded in 1882. That kind of thing would have been split up, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But as you said, it wasn't a subject that was strictly for the male gender. It was open to all. And I think, don't quote me on this one because I'm not 100% so sure, but I'm sure I read something somewhere that Beatrix Potter was thinking about doing a ghost story, just like a lot of them did. I.e., H.G. Wells was quite well known for ghost stories. Then his later stuff just totally overwrote everything else.
William.
Hi, William. So, the Victorians set it all off. Simple as that. And they did some quite macabre things.
Oh, yeah.
We think today that going on ghost tours and ghost walks, well, they started it. They started it.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, if they answer, yeah, I suppose that everything we do today was started by
Yeah,
no matter how
underground
strange it might have been then, this is what we've turned into today.
Exactly.
Charles wants to know, what about Tesla?
Tesla. I'm not sure. I've not read anything about him being into a cult or anything. But yeah, with Tesla, the bit that I do know is that it was very, very much maligned, and because he had ideas of giving the masses technology, he was ostracized and shunned by the rest of his community. Hence the reason why we haven't got free electricity today, because he pioneered gaining electricity from the earth, not just building cars. It's named after him. Yeah. But that's possibly another one for another subject, another day.
Tesla, yeah, Tesla's a big subject.
Do you know anything, Charles, about Tesla and paranormal, about a cult?
Yeah.
Enlighten us if you do.
Yeah.
But
It was interesting as well that Queen Victoria was also very open to.
yes, I think
Very
that's
much
what
so.
made it. That's what made the paranormal acceptable. Because if your monarch is following things like that, and you were telling me earlier, I believe that her first encounter with it was from a young lad, about 13-year-old.
Yeah, 13 years old. He was. Yeah, Robert Lees. He was called.
Right, and he didn't want to take the regular slot on, and he recommended another fella called.
He was called John Brown. Yeah, he
That's
recommended
right.
John Brown. John Brown actually stayed in the Queen's company for 30 years.
Yeah, some say she was.
30
Yeah,
years.
he was her lover. Some say so.
I don't know. Don't know about that.
I don't, but it's
Robert Lees. He delivered a message after Queen Victoria's husband Albert had died. And it was supposedly a pet name that only her and Albert used to knew about.
Yeah.
So that's what enticed her to him. But he was invited to the Buckingham Palace about 7 times.
It's surprising actually how many monarchs acknowledge the paranormal, and they use the word paranormal rather than the word occult.
Yeah.
Because unlike paranormal, the occult has always seemed to have a dark connotation to it.
Yeah.
Which it shouldn't really, even though it is part of a religion. And that's where I think people stay clear from it, because it's supposedly a dark religion.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it runs hand in hand with paranormal, really.
Of course it does. Charles says he's just started working on it.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's the heads up on it. That the chap, he didn't manage to patent a lot. He had patents turned down as well, which is rare. But it's actually, they campaigned against him. A lot of them campaigned against him because he wanted to do good by the people, and obviously the rest of inventors didn't want that happening. They wanted to make money from it. So it's he's a very, very fascinating fella.
Very much so. We've got Hiya Hassan. You've got quite the podcast line up there. It's impressive to see a diverse range of topics and perspectives. It's clear that you're committed to bringing engaging, thought-provoking content to your listeners. Keep up the great work and don't forget to celebrate your accomplishments along the way.
Thank you very much.
First episode?
No. Is it? No. It's one of a few on this platform, through your group, isn't it, Nettie? But
it's not the first time I've had, well, except for last week, that I've had a program on this platform, on Things platform.
Yeah, but we do try to vary as much as we can, and we always connect with as audience, with as listeners or readers, because that's what it's all about. So if anybody has got anything interesting to divulge, or anything that they want to ask us, always willing to give it a bash.
Oh yeah, definitely so.
And if we can't answer it ourselves, we'll point them in the right direction to possibly somebody that can.
Yeah. I will do his best to try.
Yeah, but that's what it's all about. Is I think that is more important as a paranormal community to be able to do that, to be able to complement and sort of turn people to other groups if need be. You know, if they're looking for something else and we're not fulfilling that, then by all means, if we know what you're looking for, we can suggest a group.
Yeah.
And vice versa, because that's what it's about.
Yeah, it's about your platform, and you runs on your platform as well, isn't it? You know, a lot of people do a lot of different things.
Yeah. We do tend, as a couple of groups, to stick to topics that are what's the word? In fantasy or in the paranormal field, rather than the entertainment side. I mean, we're the entertainment side. What more do you want? But yeah, I think Queen Victoria did do a lot more for paranormal than people give her credit for. She was very, very open to suggestion and conversations of that nature, because she was well aware that her peers were doing the same sort of thing. Now, I don't think she went into the macabre side of it, obviously.
No,
With curios and things like that. But I think she most definitely did visit a few people on the sly, on the quiet, to see how their parlours were decorated, because she was fascinated with it.
Yeah.
So slowly but
Well,
surely,
there was a lot of women out of very, posh society that went into it, wasn't it? So she would have moved in them circles.
exactly, yeah. If you can invite the Queen, why wouldn't you? You know.
Exactly.
We've got a new
It's a lot of kudos for that,
We've got a new Ouija board, Mom. Would you like to come and look at it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it does make me wonder why some of the things have persisted and we still use them, like Ouija boards and whatever. I won't use one. I don't know what everybody else's opinion is on that, but for me, a Ouija board is open to all spirit, whereas I would much rather have it tailored and blessed as a spirit board, so that nothing untoward can come through. What's that?
Oh, Charles, I really appreciate you guys. Oh, thank you, Charles.
And we appreciate you as well, Charles. I mean, I remember speaking to you many moons ago, because you used to follow what they call them now, Paula and Beck, when they were doing the little walks and investigations, live investigations. I used to drop on and have a little natter and tell them what I was picking up. And I remember you being on side as well, having a little natter. You see, got a good memory, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's nice, isn't it, to have people, people that you've met that still come on and, comment and basically that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Well, exactly. Like I've said, if we weren't for audience, then we wouldn't be here, would we?
No, you wouldn't be here. There'd be no point in being here, would there? Yeah.
Unless you like the sound of your own voice, which, of course, I do, because I'm wonderful. but other than that, it's all good. I like sharing knowledge, which again these days wouldn't probably be. You wouldn't see it. You just wouldn't see it. You drop on things like what we do just simply by doing a Google search, and probably whiz past it because it's not what you're looking for. But you might just see snippets, whereas we're doing in depth sometimes. But
Yeah.
then again, sometimes we don't. We just gloss over it as well. But
Yeah.
it depends who's interested. If anybody's interested, like I said, just give us a shout and we'll see what we can do. Or
Yeah.
we'll make a point of making it one at shows for you.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. Yeah.
got any more comments yet? Anybody?
Or if anyone actually wants to come on, then
Yeah, give us a shout.
give us a
Always
shout.
happy.
Because we're always open to, if you've got something you need to get out there.
Always have guests. That's what it's about.
We've got Rita. I have never had the experience of seeing spirit.
Yeah, well, I did wonder about that because I mean, I don't know about Eric either, whether he's actually seen spirit. I know you're both fascinated by it, but how many people out there is there that are interested, but they're just not sensitives? They can't sense anything at all. So the chances of them seeing something is
I think a lot of people are. I mean, a lot of people. It's when you expecting to see and don't necessarily get anything that way. Do some people don't?
Well, exactly, because like I've said, unless you're a sensitive, which
Yeah.
involves being one of the clairs, I've touched on that before, and again, I think it was Victorians that penned a lot of terminology for paranormal and occult. I can't tell you when the clairs were introduced, but it was a way of explaining whether you can hear them, you can see them, you can smell them. You can, all the different clairs. So clairaudient, clairtension to one thing, and so how many people have got all the lot? This is when you become a medium and a psychic.
Yeah,
there's
it's
a
like
lot
me.
of people that not. They're just not. You might be able to sense, have a little bit of a sense of smell, or because you hear a lot of people saying that, "Oh, I smelt Brill cream. That'll be me dad." But is it? That's all they've got to go on, which is a shame.
We've got Charles. He says you do have a memory.
Yes, of course I do. You see, but I don't forget people because, like I've said, that's what this field for me is all about. It's talking to each other and sharing knowledge and passing information on. If somebody's got an account that you're interested in, a particular subject, then why not? If you don't interact, you're not going to know. You're going to pass it, aren't you? And it's a shame.
Nobody can come up with words. I mean, everyone's different in what they feel, what they see, what they hear.
Yeah.
So if you all put it together, then that gives you a better idea of who you're dealing with at the end of the day. Because not everyone can see, not everyone can hear.
No.
So it'd be better to put all that together.
But that's like I've just explained. That's when you can class yourself as a medium or a psychic, if you've got them all together.
Yeah, but if you've not, I mean, if you've not, then
you're good to see a medium or a psychic, and you relate your story, and they can try to put the things together a little bit like a detective, and give you some insight. I.e., what happened to it? That's led into that one absolutely brilliantly, isn't it? Because today I will share with you, my sister rang me and said that her daughter, my niece, had been to see a psychic, a medium, and she had a message, but that message wasn't for her or her immediate family. It was for me, because she told her my name. She told her a few of the things that I suffer with, including my eyes, which is the biggie thing at the moment. But she also told her my mother's name. And she was telling her that my mother had sent a message for me to book my ideas up and look after me.
Yeah, you've been a very naughty boy.
Yes. I have to look after myself rather than others for a change.
Yeah.
So Yes, thank you, Mama. It's unusual that she's gone somewhere else for that message to get across to me, because I do communicate, but that was lovely, that, to have it validated through another
Absolutely.
medium. So it does happen, very rarely. I always said nobody can read me, nobody can do that with me, but obviously they can.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I will be making a point of going to see that person at some point, because they are local, so I'll be good. Go on.
Rita says she wants to be open-minded.
You can learn. The thing about it is, I mean, intuition is a layman's way of getting into it. If you learn to use your intuition, then it opens. It's like opening the door to senses that you didn't know you had. So that's your first protocol. It is maybe a spiritualist circle, to be able to get that key charged, to set you on the journey to being clairvoyant, or clair of some description. It's not easy. It's not as easy as people think, because I find that a lot of psychics and mediums are very, very, what's the word? They use their own personality, and that makes it a very selfish reading for me. That's just my belief. But for me, you can't use your personality. You have to read between the lines, and you have to be open-minded, and give the reading from the person who you're reading for, from their point of view, because you'll get more results that way.
Yeah.
Everybody's personality is different. Some people are selfish, some people are giving. So you can't use your own personality and stitch it together. That's
No.
like trying to make a dinosaur from a frog's DNA, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, put
Fill a
in
gap.
missing bits in. It doesn't work. So for me, you should really open your mind up, and don't use your own personality. Use their personality. So again, this is where intuition comes in, because you've got to read the person as well as read for them.
Mm.
It's not easy as people think. It's just not.
Eric says I have disembodied voices, voice to doppelganger and shadow creatures. And
So
Charles,
you're
what's his signal?
clairvoyant. Yeah, well, that used to happen all the time, didn't it? When you used to watch them two mates running up and down paths.
What loses signal? Oh, it's not easy though.
Yeah. We're back. Next minute, you know, they're in car. Doing a live from car. We had to come away, there's no signal. It's all good. It's all part of the craft. Just enjoy them little lives. Because again, it were different.
Yeah.
For some reason, they stopped doing them. I don't know.
Some people come and then they stay for a while and then just go, don't they?
Yes, they do. It's a shame. I mean, it's the same with me. I do what I do, don't I, with my churches and whatever. And that was from necessity. Started filming churches because there was nothing else open, and you had to be careful you didn't get caught being out anyway.
Oh,
I got told a few times by the powers that be to go home.
go home.
Yeah. And got sent home like E.T. I don't know if what your my screen is literally blitz because it's sun, so I have to do that now. I don't know if you can see me okay like that. Can you see? Can everybody see me okay?
I can see her, but it's very it looks like very misty.
Yeah, exactly. It's sun. Is it? What's that
A bit like my screen from what I had to mess around with tonight. That's exactly what it's like.
Yeah. I'm going to shut that curtain. 2 minutes, guys.
Charles, I have 2 nodes and I can see spirit. Yeah. See, I'm not like that.
There we go.
I've probably seen about possibly 3 in my entire life. The rest of it, I don't. I generally get pictures, and I can get names, of which there's quite a few of them I have looked up and found out a lot.
Yeah.
Which you have a tendency to do.
I've seen loads. I've seen loads. I've heard loads. I've smelt loads. Because believe you me, when you are clairvoyant, they use every sense against you, because some of the smells, oh my God. And there's only you can smell them. It's not fair. And different entities as well, different smells for different entities. It's amazing.
Eric says that's the best.
Yeah.
And then we've got William. I see auras which are colour displayed as visions.
Yes, and I do. I have to open up for that. I have to use my chakras to get to that now. I didn't used to do. I used to see auras all the time, but it was distracting for me. Going into other parts of the field, doing private investigations, it was a little bit irrelevant in that respect. But you can tell a lot from a person's aura, because if you use your basic chakras, the colours of your chakras, and tie them to an aura, it can give you a lot of information to what type of illnesses they may have, or where they are suffering, where they're strongest, where they're weakest, and basically what type of a personality they've got. So yeah, you can tell a lot from an aura.
I don't know, because I suppose you can look that if you looked at that from like a mental health issue, then wouldn't that aura be all over the place? So you couldn't actually get an actual measure of who they are, can you?
Well, you can, and precisely with what you've just said. When it's phasing in and out and things like that, you know somebody's vulnerable. So that's enough to tell you that they've got problems.
Hmm.
And if you work on that level, you know to be sensitive to their needs, because you could say something that's going to upset them a little bit. We've talked about autism and things like that. They've got a distinct personality. So as long as you steer clear from doing certain things and saying certain things, you can treat them a lot easier. See, so it's a craft again. It's a craft.
We've got one from Eric. Someone still has to explain to me why the Jamaica Inn says it's permanently closed on Google Maps. I've not even seen that, I don't know.
I haven't a clue, but I will look into it for you, most definitely. I do believe, weren't it Jamaica Inn that were it was burned down, weren't it? And it's been rebuilt. I'm nearly sure there was one of them. I think it was Jamaica Inn. I'm sure it were. So maybe it's closed because of that.
I don't know. I'll have a quick look.
I'll have a look. I know it was one of the places. I'm sure it was that. Or was that the Jerusalem one?
Jamaica.
I'm not sure. There's that many places these days. And again, actually, these places probably became popular during the Victorian era. That's maybe what set them off on a path of a sideline in paranormal. Because, as I say, a lot of people in Victorian era did ghost walks and frequented certain places like Baker Street and one or two other places. It's surprising.
I'm not seeing anything that says shut down, but
Right. Well, there you go.
You know what that's like, don't you? Come on.
Yeah.
I look things up when we get there.
Yeah. It may be an edit on your Google in your area.
You don't like me Googling, do you, Ryan?
Yeah. It's wonderfully insightful. No?
Oh. Eric says, I've got Robert. I go, hello, Robert.
Hey up, Robert. How we doing, fella? Haven't seen you for a few shows again. I hope you're on the mend.
Yeah, my Googling, sort of texting about 20 miles. It's a nice drive, though, Brian, isn't it?
Yeah, looking for a church in Clecudespac, something next year, you know. Not Jerusalem.
Read maps.
But yeah.
Robert says he's doing fine. Good.
Brilliant. That's good. That's good to hear. Yeah, it's just one of the things. Yeah, Victorians did do a hell of a lot for the field, most definitely. And I think they also set things in motion that stuck. As I say, I got sidetracked again, didn't I? But yeah, I was saying that some of the things that they implemented have stuck, and we're still using them. I.e., Ouija board, tables for tipping.
Table tipping, yeah.
We don't do table tapping, which is interesting because that was more popular than table tipping originally.
Yeah, because you actually use it. They brought in like for the reading Morse code.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting because you used to tap out the Morse code and then they'd write it down what the Morse code was saying.
Although I'm not sure. When did Morse code come in? Because I thought that was a Second World War thing.
I don't know. It's just what I've read today. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't think that were
maybe it might be a later.
Yeah, I think there's a phone number for it. But,
yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting all like that, I think. And same with codes. I used to like to do codes. Some of our immigrants used to talk like in pidgin English, patois and all that. So that's fascinating, all like that. But yeah, what else? What else were there? What's persevered? Would you say from Victorian era? So Ouija board, table tipping, levitation. We don't do that.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, levitation. Yeah, that seems to have gone by the wayside, doesn't it?
Yeah, we have a remnant of it because back in the day, levitation was performed not from a table, not from anything. It was performed stood up, and you fell back and levitated inside of a circle. Now we still use a circle. And we use a person in the center of the circle, but it's not levitation, is it?
No, in that experiment that someone stands there and then I don't know what it's called. I forget.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how it is now.
It's just a play on what it used to be, isn't it?
Yeah, it's changed. Yeah.
I mean, you don't see a lot of automatic writing, really. I've not seen many do it.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that. Yeah, auto writing. That for me, I don't know how that would work, but for me, that's in the realms of telekinesis for me, because the military are still using that. They're still experimenting with it. One person in one country and one person in another. They're sending telepathic messages and seeing if they can draw the picture or write the words that another person's thinking from another country. Now that for me is absolutely phenomenal because with today's interference, because we've run on that one as well before, frequencies and electricity interfering with sensors, which they do. Now sometimes they can heighten them, but the majority of the time they dull them down. So that's interesting, that one.
Yeah, we've
So
got some.
remote writing, remote stuff for me is a form of that.
Charles said, do you remember that Paula was always getting lost on investigations?
Yeah, she did, bless her, didn't she, all the time? I'm sure it's down this path, and it weren't.
He says, what about smoke?
It's
Making smoke signals.
What?
Rita says, what about a smoke signal?
Yeah. Well,
I'd be better off at standing them, Rita, to be honest with you, than reading maps. Go stand on one side. I get where we're going.
No, you're not smoking no more. That's it. Done.
Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not smoking. Robert, I was at a very interesting place yesterday, Andrew's, Carnage's birthplace. Yes, musty place. You could smell the years in that place. Yeah, some places like that, aren't they?
Yeah, they are definitely.
The old like that, because you know it's old, don't you, when you come across them smells?
Yeah, I think a lot of it's carpet as well. There was a bloke, I remember a bloke, it's going back years and years, and he literally, from the smell of a carpet, he could tell you where it came from. You know, like a Persian rug or a Turkish copy type of thing. He knew where it'd come just from the smell of a carpet. That's good senses.
The carpet sniffer.
Yeah. I'm not commenting. I'm going to be a good boy.
Eric, seeing someone actually use their brain and a vibration meter on a table during table tipping.
Yeah. Well, the brain is a computer at the end of the day. If you've got a device sensitive enough to sort of pick those signals up, which we do when we're having a CAT scan and things like that, we're wired, aren't we? But to have a meter that would be remote would be fantastic. So you could do exactly that, sit it on a table. In a similar way, I suppose, to, what do they call them now? Them plasma balls. When you're going to eat glass.
Not sure it calls that.
Yeah, it follows your fingers. Yeah, if they could adapt something like that, but to pick your brain waves up, that'd be brilliant.
I've got Eileen. Hello, Eileen.
Hiya, Eileen. Good evening. It's fascinating. But again, we will do a follow-up, I think, and find a bit more information, because I'm sure there's a lot more celebrities out there that's connected to it. Some of them probably got some notoriety from it, and I certainly know that Houdini. Personally, I think, looking at his accounts, I think he was a believer, but he took the role of bad guy type of thing, I don't believe in that rubbish type of thing. And he tried to rubbish it because everybody else were for it. So being an antagonistic person, it was easier for him to say, no, I don't believe in it. No, I'm going to prove it doesn't exist. Playing the bad guy type of thing, which some people did very well.
Irene said it's boiling hot tonight.
It certainly is. I've actually got a shirt on and I didn't want to put one on. But seeing as we're on certain networks, I thought I'd better.
Oh, yeah.
Can't be having any complaints, can we?
No. Absolutely not.
Any more questions? Any more for any more? Over that write-up, I've never seen that person before. Give a compliment.
He's on Things Network, definitely.
All right. That's nice on him to come and have a look. Definitely.
Look him up on
Yeah, we'll definitely, because that's good when your fella podcasters come and say
You're getting
hello.
in trouble now, Eric. He says, yes, Bri, you have to wear a shirt.
You're only jealous, Eric. You're only jealous because I've got a manly chest. I've got a rug. It's going though. It's getting thinner, you know. It's called old age. It's getting thinner like me sunroof.
Eric, he's a nudist on the quiet.
I am.
Don't know
I
that,
did-
did you?
I did think about starting a new podcast, you know.
What a nudie. Nudie one.
The Naturist podcast.
Oh, wow. Irene says, just make sure you have underwear.
I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you. It's
No,
okay.
I think the nudist podcast would get you soon thrown off everywhere.
I don't know, you know. I don't know. Maybe there's a call for it. Maybe it could be unique.
Yeah, she's laughing. and Rita says, Christ.
But yeah, we're coming up to the hour, so has anybody else got any questions before we close it down? Anyway, we've not done too bad there. We've got through hour.
Yeah. Charles said it was a good show tonight.
Thank you. If you're about, you know, check his other shows out. Check all his fellow podcasters out. Everybody has the favourites. So you can't.
I love you.
Thank you.
Rita awesome show.
It's good, isn't it? It's good when you can talk and have some good banter. Like I've said to Nikki, I pride myself in answering every single question and acknowledging comments.
Oh, yes, Robert, yeah. Robert, yes, I get banned from some.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought that of you, Robert, at all. Never. No,
we don't ban nobody, do we?
No, got a doppelganger, isn't he?
Yeah. We take it on the chin, Robert. Take it on the chin.
No, Nettie, you're just feeding him now. Behave.
Feeding him. I've never been that bad. Right, I'm going to read out the shows for the week and then.
Yes. Good idea.
So, Simply Spooker on a Monday and probably Things on a Monday. We've got the Dark Mirror radio show. Tuesday, we've got the Jar of Doom topics with Simply Spooker. Wednesday, Simply Spooky again, that's with guests. Thursday is the Weird Show. Friday is our Freaky Friday, 8 p.m. Come along and watch us. Saturday, we've got William's show, Metaphysical Insights. And Sunday, we have Shadows and Lights back now.
Yeah, we're back again, our ugly mugs.
So come along and join us again.
Yeah, more than welcome. And chuck some awkward questions at us and we'll see if we can answer them.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Have a good evening, whatever you're doing, and we'll catch you again.
Good night, all. Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.